Hello, you're welcome to another edition of Purposeful Life, and today I will be talking on the topic, guard your heart with all diligence. Proverbs chapter 4 verse 23, it says, keep your heart with all diligence, for out of it spring the issues of life. And in Romans chapter 12 from verse 1, it says, I beseech you, brethren, by the mercies of God, that you present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy and acceptable unto God, which is your reasonable sacrifice. And in verse 2 of that same Romans chapter 12, it says, and do not conform to the world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that you may prove what is that good, acceptable, and the perfect will of God. So it's important for us to understand how the mind functions, and because the mind is the doorway into our lives. The mind is the doorway to our lives. So the mind is the faculty of man's reasoning and thought. It contains the power of imagination, recognition, and it is responsible for processing feelings and emotions, and it also results in our attitude and our actions. So there are three things that take place in the mind, and the first one is the reasoning and thinking process. This happens in the mind. The second one is emotions or feelings, and the third one is the will, that is the decision making and choices. So these are three things that usually take place in the mind. So we are greatly influenced by the quality of the information that we allow into our mind. So what is the connection between the mind and the heart? You know, the heart is the term used to describe the entire compartment housing the thinking process of man, which has the mind and also the human spirit. And we need to understand this, and this is what the Bible always refers to as the inner man. The inner man. Man is spirit, lives in the body, and has a soul, which is the mind. So the interaction with the intellectual world is done through the mind, and we need to understand that our interaction with God does not take place in the mind. It happens with our human spirit, which is now recreated. John chapter 4 verse 24 says, God is spirit, and those who worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth. And in Proverbs 20:27, it says, the spirit of a man is a lamp of the Lord, searching all the inner depths of the heart. So there's something called the condition of the human spirit. The human spirit that is now recreated when you are born again, and when you have a mind that is renewed, and this too operates in that compartment that we call the heart. So since the mind is the doorway to the heart, the mind picks the information from the environment and transmits this information to the human spirit for processing and storage. So it matters what you allow access into your mind, because the things you allow access into your mind will determine what you will become and who you will become in future. So the condition of the human spirit determines how the processing will take place in the heart. So let us understand how these things work. The condition of the human spirit, like I said, determines what will be stored after processing, and will also determine the output and action that will be taken. Let me go over what I just said again. Whatever you allow into your heart will be processing the heart based on the condition of your heart, and this would determine your output in life, and it will also determine the actions that you will also take in life. I want you to give this attention, give it serious attention. Do not feed your mind with just anything. Make sure you process whatever you allow access into your heart. Thank you very much. This message is from Global Harvest Church, Outer Ring Road, where we discover purpose and experience God. And for more information, you can visit our website, which is www.ghcouterringroad.org. Until I see you next time, keep the fire burning. God bless you.
Me, I'm a wonder. It doesn't matter what you see now.